Hey, Spud here. You're gonna be doing another one of these vlogs. Sorry I missed out on, I guess it's been a day or yesterday. I missed a day. Anyways, yeah, so with these vlogs, I just want to talk about, I'm not sure what I want to talk about. I mean, honestly, didn't want to make fun one because, my, people I used to play DayZ with would make fun of me for it, but I'm gonna do it anyways, because, fuck them. And, no, fuck all of them. Tom's cool. But the rest of them kind of just annoy me. Not annoy me, but You know what I'm gonna say it. Like, yeah, I'm not very smart. Not the brilliantest person in the world, alright? I don't know how certain things work. I ask a lot of questions. Get laughed at a lot. And I decided, I don't want to be around people that are gonna make me feel like that, Like, Ryan, I shouldn't have said name. Ryan was all like, well, if you just didn't ask questions, blah, 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 fuck that, alright? I'm not gonna change who I am just to be around friends. Like, that's not a friend. If you gotta put yourself in a box around somebody, why the fuck are you around that person, I don't get that. Oh, I'm eating breakfast right now, so you can check it out. Chocolate milk. Oh, shit. Yeah, so if you gotta change yourself to be around people and put yourself in a box or compromise, that kind of bullshit, shouldn't happen. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, my friend Angie. I can be completely myself around her. 100%. Not gonna say, like, oh, like, Angie, like, fuck you, like, ugly bitch. Like, no, I don't mean that. But she would be my ass, you know what I mean? She's pretty or whatever. You know what I mean? She's cool. I can be myself around her. But as soon as you start changing yourself or start trying to become something that you're not, you're gonna end up hating who you are. You know what I mean? Like they say, you can't be anybody but me. I mean, they just won't understand that I can't be anybody else besides me. So, you know what? No, I'm not gonna ask those questions. Yeah, I'm gonna wonder how people live in other fucking countries with weird accents. Like Serbia. I don't know how the fuck you guys live. I watched Bruce Willis and, with Die Hard. One of the Die Hards, I think he was in a country like that. That's my extent of my knowledge. I'm gonna keep asking questions. Because I'm fucking curious. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep asking so I educate myself. It would be better for me to ask than just stay an ignorant fuck. I have no idea how you live. I'm not cultured. Yeah, sure, I could Google it. But I want first-hand account. I want an actual human being to talk to me, Like I'm talking right here to you. And no, it's fucking annoying. Like I said, like, you gotta change to be around people, why the fuck are you around them? Put yourself in a box to be in a group, why the fuck are you in that group? Find people you can be yourself around. Me and Tom, cool guy. Talk to him about whatever. And Ryan, not so much. He got mad at me one time because I talked about that trip acid and shit, and he defriended me and shit. Oh, you don't hear about your acid, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. You can kind of tell how you can tell people apart, People that accept you and people who don't. You're always gonna have that in life. So I don't know if I'll be playing with them anymore since, I guess I've come to the enlightenment that they annoy me, so I don't know if I'll be playing with them anymore. But, yeah. Sorry. Sorry I don't know about the rest of the world. Sorry I only know about, Austin, Texas. Sorry I don't know too much about history before World War II or World War I. most of my knowledge comes from video games, and most of my knowledge is in space. And yeah, it might just be theories and bullshit. Who knows? The nighttime sky might just be a fucking wall. But that interests me, man. Space is awesome, dude. There's millions of stars out there, billions, trillions, burning right now. Huh. Maybe you become one when you die. Space really interests me. What really interests me is actually fission and fusion. Fission with an I and fusion with a U. I don't know. I have trouble pronouncing nuclear. I don't know how to pronounce that right, so fuck off. Well, yeah, with fission it's just awesome. Like, it's hard to describe. Well, no, fission is not hard. It's kind of what we do in nuclear power plants or with nuclear bombs. But fusion, this is where it's interesting. Imagine being able to take air and make it into gold. That's what you can do with fusion. But the one caveat is you need something as massive as the sun. You need a machine almost the size of a star. You need an intense amount of heat, intense amount of pressure to be able to do that. But perhaps a space-faring nation, they could. Like, imagine a giant space nation, like the human race at like a fucking like galaxy level. Like, we can control the galaxy. Like, somehow we break in the speed of light, which is very hard to do. Oh, not very hard to do. Impossible. I say impossible like that because, we don't know, 1,000 years ago, they thought the Earth was flat. We don't know. But anyways, imagine the human race, a galaxy-wide nation like Star Wars, but just the human race. And I was thinking about this, and I would think that it would be very hard to keep a nation like that together, Like, it would have to be a sort of like a UN or a confederacy or a union of nations. Instead of just one uniform government, because I was thinking let's say this is another planet and this is another planet. They have two completely different problems, and they're way too across the galaxy. And maybe at even this point, you're given enough time, they probably won't even be speaking the same language, or even learn the same history, or barely even know each other. This is besides the point. Let's just assume they're the same, blah, blah, blah. I think it would be very hard to keep a nation that big together due to long distance decay. And how problems on the seat of the government are not real to, people who are starving over here. So, I think what we could do, I think for a galaxy-wide not nation, I would say, galaxy-wide empire to survive like that would, they would have to give up basic human rights like freedom of speech, freedom of press, right to bear arms, stuff like that. It'd have to be a lot like an empire where you're a fascist government, or a religious government, just to be able to stick together, Makes you wonder, man. I don't believe... Well, let me finish eating. So, let me rephrase my point. The Nazis, Soviet Union, other bastards that take away human rights like communism, stuff like that, communist dictatorships. I believe if a society cannot recognize a human being's the worth of a human being's life, then that society will crumble and does not deserve to exist at all. And that's what's happened throughout history. Soviet Union collapsed after killing millions of people by forcing, a communist onto a society. That's what happens to the Nazis by killing millions of Jews. I believe, yes, if a society isn't able to recognize that people have basic human rights, that's just a society should not exist at all. And I guess that's it. Spud Koala out.